like this plethora of your face behind me here.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, she's looking quite angry at me, so I'm a little bit scared. Yeah, no, that's not.
No, when I got it done, I said to my mate, I want you to make me look really chubby and really sad and like. And I was like, that would be great. That would be great poster. And now every time I look at it, I'm like, that's really unflattering.
I don't want that anymore. Now, I'm noticing you're kind of all over the UK at the moment. People would think you're on tour or something.
Yeah,
it's like, but you're at the Scottish end of it at the moment.
Yeah.
You're kind of
Mini
Isle of
Scottish
Mull,
yep.
and you've got like St Andrews, Inverness. What made you go for the kind of this non-traditional? I mean, you would think Edinburgh, Glasgow, that sort of thing. Why have you sort of gone for the alternatives?
Because I did the show in Edinburgh at the Fringe initially, so I was just like, they've had their chance.
Yeah.
If they didn't, if they didn't get there by then, got wise up. But I am doing it in Glasgow at the end of March on the 28th. If you'd like to come.
Little shameless plug right there.
No big deal. But yeah, I did the Isle of. In fact, I did this little run like this a couple of years ago when I was on tour with James Acaster and the Pictish Trail, and we just such a lovely time. Like the Isle of Mull is, I mean, it's not a money-making exercise to go there.
I was just about to say.
But we our audience went from, I think we had maybe 30 last year. This year, 50.
That's not bad. Yeah. Quite a good percentage increase anyway. So
that is
doing all right.
That's 99% of the population of the Isle of Mull.
That's pretty good. So what's this sort of show all about then? Is it? I mean, you're doing sort of stand-up, but what kind of things are we expecting in it?
It's sort of about it's about politics, and it's about, I guess, coming to terms with the fact that I'm incredibly angry at the UK government. The English bits mainly. Sorry.
That's all right. We're sound then. That's fine.
No, but I'm incredibly angry at the Prime Minister. I think like austerity measures in particular, it's disgusting. It's completely badly thought through. It's not working. I hate it, and it's about like trying to deal with the fact that I'm living with this anger that I've never dealt with before, and like that I actually have opinions about it that will piss people off, and I've never really had that before either. And so it's kind of about like starting to be more active politically, like going on actions, and about this group called UK Uncut who protest, well, they're like an anti-cuts protest group, but they kind of highlight the fact that there's loads of massive corporations and rich people dodging taxes when the government's pretending that...
Right, okay, that's not happening kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's going to have that comedy twist, isn't it? I think
it's funny though.
I was just about to say, it's just going to be you angry at the fact. I remember reading somewhere, or I saw it in a video, that you were saying you quite like using comedy as a bit of a therapy kind of thing to sort of vent.
Did I say that?
I'm sure you said it, right? And it was like, and you said you quite like to use it to vent at people, sort of thing. And it's
sort of like, because like my stuff, this is like the 5th show that I've done. And up until then, I would say I'd only ever used it as like for my favourite things or things I was really into, really passionate about. So it was like always about like being delighted.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like there's definitely more of like a struggle with like being really furious and trying. But at the same time, like I've like to think that it's quite well balanced and quite silly. And like yesterday on the Isle of Mull, there were definitely some people there who were like, as soon as I started being like, I cannot fathom why the government's making the decisions they're making. They were like, well, we're Conservatives, fuck you, forget you, right? And that's quite tricky. But there were always bits where I'm like, come on, guys, we'll have a good time. But it's been really challenging, I think, and quite fun to like try and work with that, But
I think people angry is funny. I think sometimes, you know what I mean? When people get angry at stuff. So what kind of got you started in comedy then?
I started when I was really young. When I was 14 years old, there was a workshop near where I grew up in Beckenham. I didn't grow up in Beckenham, I grew up in Orpington, which I'm sure Inverness fans will be very familiar with, it only being 700 miles away. It's a really boring suburb in London, and I was always like quite a precocious show-off, really, like a pain in the arse. And I loved comedy, and yeah, for my birthday, I think when I was 14, my mum got me a place on this comedy workshop, which was like a group. It was like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, except you had to get up and like perform your jokes.
Funny.
Yeah. And it was great. It was incredible, and I just sort of fell in love with it.
I mean, I was noticing when I was reading that. I mean, you've done a lot. I mean, you've won awards.
Thank you.
You've done Skins and everything like this. So I mean, what's been your sort of career highlight so far?
A little place called the Ironworks.
That's right.
Can you imagine?
Right. That's
so
what
good
you want to say.
I'm such a good like PR. I'm a dream. I don't even know. I really love what I do, and what's like incredible is that you do get like so many chances. Like for me, the travel was just.
It's so varied as well, I think, isn't it? I mean, panel shows and everything like this. You know what I mean? You're sort of doing all different sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that sort of variation.
But I really love like the stand up is my favourite thing to do, and I really love. Like I've done the Melbourne Comedy Festival, New Zealand Comedy Festival, Montreal Comedy Festival, and like gigs and other, but like in New York and stuff, and that's like
it's getting to travel. I know this is it. It's getting to travel that much. Well, I don't know if these places have these sort of things, but we thought we would just really quickly. I know we're going to have to be in a bit of a rush here, but we thought we'd teach you some Indonesian phrases. Okay. Now, if I was to ask you how you doing or something like that, this is what you would say back to me, right? So if you could try this. So Josie Long, how you doing?
But the thing is, right, I sound like this, right?
We'll work on the accent, it's fine. We'll work on the accent, it's fine. So how you doing?
Not bad, yourself.
Let's see, you don't even want to use a comma, you just go, no bad yourself.
Oh my god.
And then it's just going to no bad yourself. This is the best one, here at the end. And I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to kind of start you, right? I'm going to get like wide with you, and then you got to stand up and get like back at me. Okay, so you ready? Right, here we go. So
no, but then the problem is, right, if you're like doing this to me, my initial reaction would be like, this must be some sort of Scottish.
No, I'm a little bit worried that you might actually beat me up here. Right? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get wide, and you're going to stand up and come back at me like that, right? Right. So I'm going to be like, Josie Long, are you getting wide with me? Are you getting wide? And then
this is the coolest thing.
And then there you go. So you got to be like. And then
I'm like the least hard human being alive.
You're scaring me enough, so it's fine.
It'd be so good if I had a knife just at this point that you didn't even know about. I was just like, you're staring like.
I'm actually quite terrified. Right, here we go. Right, so it's you're starting like. Mon then.
Oh, mon then.
That's quite good. Genuinely quite terrified. Josie Long, everyone. Josie Long. Fake sound effect. Fake crowd sound effect.